Hello again, Taurus. Dadhichi Toth here with your very brief but monthly planetary snapshot for the month of December 2012. And as I'll be saying to everyone today, every star sign, that the significant event this month is the 21st of December, which everyone is half expecting another doomsday event. Based upon those Mayan prophecies, which I think if you look a little more carefully, it doesn't actually mean the end of the world as such, but it does point to some significant societal and financial and value changes that are coming. And for you, of course, that's very, very important because Taurus rules the material domain, being an earth sign. And this month we see your ruling planet, along with Saturn and Venus, in the 7th sector, or the west of where the sun was at the time you were born. And this has a lot to do with your relationships, partnerships. Venus has passed that rather difficult conjunction of Saturn, which can really cool down the emotional affairs. And if you're in business partnership, it can make for some strained relations with the people that you're commercially tied to. Mercury is also there. That hopefully gives you the opportunity to communicate your way out of any difficulties at this point in time. We also see that as the month commences, the moon is in the sign of Cancer. That's your 3rd zone. It's a very communicative area. Being the sign of Cancer, it's emotional. So there's a triangular aspect, what we call a trine, to the positions of Saturn, Venus and Mercury. You've got to work your way through this communicatively. Whatever difficulties you've had there, I think are going to be smoothed over very nicely. There's also a 60-degree or sextile aspect from Mars in the 9th house of luck. So you'll be reasonably lucky this month, and I think other people will be amenable to listening to what you have to say. If you've been biting your tongue over the last few weeks with that Venus-Saturn conjunction, you can actually now speak your mind and do it in a way. Just excuse me for one moment, please. I've got to stop these phone calls while I'm reading, otherwise I'll lose my train of thought. I was talking about you being rather lucky and people being amenable to you being able to communicate what you feel to them. The Sun is in the 8th house right now. The 8th zone of your horoscope is a transformative zone. And with all this energy in the 7th, 8th and 9th sectors, this to me speaks loads about working through those matters of intimacy. Are you working with or in relationship with someone who's a little bit tight with money? That could have something to do with it. You may be intimately connected, but could be frazzled by the fact that they don't like spending money, or that they have a different viewpoint to you. Usually it's you that doesn't like spending the money, but you'll be surprised maybe to come across someone or to be engaged in relationship with someone who's actually tighter with money than you are right now. I'm wondering what that's saying to you karmically. Neptune continues in the 11th house. These outer planets are going to be there for a long while. I think the outer planet Jupiter, having the opposition to the Sun, can be a little bit wasteful. You need to be careful this month, again with money. Maybe this is the reason, coming up to Christmas, someone may not agree with your choice of gifts, particularly if the price tag is far too high. There are a couple of other significant aspects here that I think are important, and that is the transition of Venus to the 8th house of intimacy, and that's in a right angle, 16th, 17th of December. These are important aspects because they talk to you about some sort of confusion or relationship idealism that's going to hit reality. There's a bit of a reality check here for you around the middle of the month. The opposition of Venus to Jupiter is also another wasteful aspect. Wasteful, I say, maybe you're overspending. That occurs on the 23rd of December. It makes sense, just before Christmas. Mars moves to Aquarius, which is the zone of career for you. Now that's a very powerful one that takes the year out into the new year with some really strong drive and energy for your work. So it's interesting because that's the Christmas holiday season. You may actually be inspired to do work rather than sit back and relax at that time. So this is a renewed cycle of vim, vigor, energy, vitality, and a period where you can come through some of these difficult patches with your relationships through communication, and particularly if it has to do with your finances. Don't forget, Taurus, if you want more detailed information on your monthly horoscopes, we have them there at my website, astrology.com.au. And we also have the daily readings there, which will give you a more fine-tuned insight into what's happening on a day-by-day basis. These are insights that can help you. Of course, we can't read accurately for the millions of Taurians, but it can give you a sense of what's going on. And naturally, if you want more detailed, personalised information, we have that there as well at our site. Look forward to seeing you next month, and that will take us through Christmas. Merry Christmas. Happy, safe and prosperous New Year. Look forward to having your company next month. Bye bye now.